and welcome to episode 7 of season 4 of Agents of Travel. I'm your co-host, Secret Agent Sticky Toffee Pudding, aka Garrett Palm.
And I'm your other co-host, Rachel Van Ness, aka Secret Agent Panakukin.
And together we are tasked with interrogating a comedian, a traveler, a friend about their previous trips and then pitching them their dream trip.
And today we've got a great guest for you.
We have from Dropout TV, Katie Marovitch. Katie is very funny.
Yeah, and has some like really exciting and interesting travel takes that I think I was really excited by them because she's not your typical traveler.
No, she's not. And because we talked to her at a party once about like some travel things that she does. She has like, and that's why we were like, we got to have her on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she does. She likes to focus on fun things when she travels.
We're not going into any specifics because we really want you to listen to the podcast. But you've seen Katie all over the place. She's on Dropout.
And the UCB stage,
obviously, yes.
And you can check her. She's got a fundraiser variety show coming up for her film. That's going to be at Dynasty Typewriter here in LA on July 13th. Check it out. It's a fundraiser variety show for Mrs. Stanley. That's July 13th at Dynasty Typewriter. That's going to be pretty fun. And I think Dynasty streams a lot of their stuff. So
yeah, they do. So you can buy virtual tickets or tickets in person.
Yes. But you don't need to hear from us anymore.
Here we go.
I tend to like really focus on morbid things. Like I don't know.
When you drive or in general?
Just all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Can you give me examples or instances where, because this feels like very immediate, you know? Like,
yes,
of
this
course.
Does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely like got into, but like I began researching 9/11 like 3 years ago. I feel like that was my COVID thing.
Were there a lot of plot twists that
oh my god, I had never read about it before. No, I lived it, but during COVID, while everyone else was like making sourdough and like pies and watching TV, I was like deep in my 9/11 era.
You were into conspiracy theories?
Yeah, I was watching documentaries. I thought it was fascinating, and there's this one I'm fascinated by people who fake either like cancer or like being victims of 9/11. Like I love.
Are there a lot of fakers?
Yeah, there's so many fakers.
Yeah.
There was an actor on some like sitcom or comedy show or something that said he was like one of the survivors of 9/11, and people were like, that did not happen. But there was also a documentary about this woman who had like burns all over her arm, and she told people that she was in one of the towers when it happened and had this like very gruesome graphic story of how she got out. And she was actually kind of like the face of it for a while, and like she would do interviews, and then she was doing like this New York Times interview, and they did research and they couldn't find any evidence of her ever working there, being there. She was like in Spain or something when it happened, and like her cover got blown. Like she had completely lied.
She should have known that the New York Times, known for their extensive reporting.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I feel like that's
wild.
I feel like that happens with a lot of people that lie about these kind of things. They get so caught up in it, and they go for so long. They're like, oh, everybody's bought this. Nobody's gonna really like dig into this now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Who's gonna actually fact check? But no, that's like a journalist's job.
Yeah.
Like a real journalist would check.
Well, speaking of fact checking, we're actually we have something to tell you, Katie.
Yeah, we're not who we say we are.
Oh,
we were at 9/11. No.
What?
I was in the towers 2 days before.
Were you really?
I was. Yeah.
Doing what?
I was staying at my second cousin's in Staten Island, and I would take the ferry into the city and then walk up to the towers, go down into the mall, and catch the train from there.
Dang.
And
that's a scary
thing
to think about.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, but who are you?
Oh, yeah.
We are actually secret agents for the National Tourism
And Travel Office, otherwise known as NTATO.
Okay.
And we... So
you couldn't just tell me this off the bat? That was a secret?
It is a secret.
Because it's a secret agent. We're secret agents.
We're secret travel agents.
Secret travel agents.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
I think you could just tell people this. I don't think it's that big of a...
But it's in the name. We're secret travel agents. Like,
yeah, I get it, but I just think you don't need to be secret about it. You're travel agents.
I get that. There are a lot of travel agents that are like very open about who they are.
Because we don't want to be cut by Doge.
Okay, that makes sense.
So we're kind of trying to fly under the radar.
Yeah.
And we just hope they don't recognize us as a government
For
agency.
sure.
And we've been doing this podcast for like 4 years. We saw Doge coming.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know.
What if I was a secret comedian?
I feel like there are people.
I think a lot of people are secret comedians.
Yeah, they
That's
don't tell their
true.
office.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah.
Like when you take a UCB class with a lawyer.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Because how many lawyers or like administrators have their coworkers come to the class show?
None.
Not
a single
Not
one.
a single one.
That'd be so embarrassing.
Yeah.
So when they go back to their law firm, they are a secret comedian.
They are a secret comedian.
Okay, I see.
That's actually really cute.
That's adorable.
We're secret comedians.
I'm a secret comedian.
I think my dad's a secret comedian, but like I don't even think he knows it. He's a comedian.
Yeah. What does he do for a profession?
A farmer.
He's retired, but he's an almond farmer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But I think just he's such a character.
Yeah.
That, like people are always laughing, but he doesn't know.
I love that.
It's a good dynamic.
Yeah.
That's fun.
But we do have
secret
travel agent names.
Can I hear?
We have monikers. Monikers?
I am Secret Agent Pannenkoeken, which is Dutch for pancake, because I'm Dutch.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm. And I am Secret Agent Sticky Toffee Pudding because I love sticky toffee pudding. And I'm also part British.
Also, that might be my favorite dessert.
Yeah.
Wow, you're in good company.
This is 2 weeks in a row that sticky toffee pudding was like a top somebody's favorite dessert.
So you guys come out as like secret agents to a lot of people?
No, you're special.
You're
Don't worry.
Okay, good. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we will be doing is we will be kindly interrogating you for all of your travel stories. And
Great.
we are competing for a promotion. We're both unpaid interns currently.
Yeah. So
Dang.
Yeah.
There's another reason we've been flying under the Dutch
Okay, that
radar.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not paid.
The department has a $0 budget.
Yeah.
Oof, that's hard.
Yeah.
I've done that before. That kind of work.
But it's it's still fun.
They told us we're like getting paid in exposure.
I was just going to say secret exposure. It's worth it. Something good will happen for both of you.
I'm
sure.
sure.
So, yeah.
Yeah, they say like, at 10 years is when.
Yeah, just keep plugging along.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So we are tasked with interrogating people about their past trips. I mean, it's a friendly interrogation.
But then we will pitch you your dream trip.
Each individually.
Okay, good.
Pitch you your dream trip.
I love this.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And you have to choose which trip you go on.
And I have to go on the trip?
Yes,
with
you
your
do
own
have
money.
with your own money. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, unless we eventually get promoted and then have funding to send you on a trip, which we totally would. If we had funding, we would totally send you on this trip. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good.
But there will be a break where we crunch your numbers.
Okay.
All the
Sounds
data
good.
that you've given us, and we prepare your dream trips.
Perfect.
So are you ready?
Yeah, let's do
consent?
it. I consent.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, first off, Katie, what was the first trip that turned you on to travel?
Hawaii. Definitely Hawaii when I was very little. I must have been like 4th grade.
Okay.
I'm not super well traveled. I have to be honest. I think that's the sign of rich people. Like people who grew up rich, if they have traveled a bunch. I'm
so
like,
have you been camping a bunch?
No, because my family is all germaphobes. And, like truly, everyone's afraid of insects, and no,
that would be a nightmare.
No, my family did like little local things. I think that was pretty common.
Cute.
But I do think it's a sign of when people are like, "Oh, we're off to Paris." Like, we went to this Australia when I was 8. I'm like, you were just rich.
Yeah, if you
were
have money
rich.
to shell out on your kid traveling, like you've got
That's
money.
rich.
Yeah.
And so we didn't do that. We
Yeah,
didn't travel that much, but I did go to some cool places. But Hawaii was like maybe the biggest one. And I just thought it really turned me on to travel because of it was like such a cultural experience. I'd never, I'm from Chicago. I had never been to a place like that in any sense at all. And it was fascinating. There was like a really cool cultural center where I learned all about like the culture and was just kind of like, this is not America. Like, I know it's technically a state, which is weird, but
I love that 4th grade you latched on to the cultural center.
Yes.
I feel like that says a lot about you as a 4th grader because it's like you still liked the academic activity.
Oh.
Like you're like the sea turtles, the flora and fauna, whatever. It's all about like the little
museums.
exhibits.
I love the museums. And actually, I left my I was in a summer like advanced student program at the time that I had to leave early to go to Hawaii. So that does.
And you were like, teacher, look, I'm fighting with my mom to be able to stay through the program.
I want to do the schoolwork, but I can't. I'm going to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Was that stressful to you, or were you excited to get a cutout early?
I was excited. It was a program that was like for the whole school district, like all the little elementary schools, and it was just like not. We just did like it was just like more school, and you didn't actually get a grade or anything like that. It was just like
you just got to do more school.
Yeah, you got to do more schoolwork that was like maybe slightly more advanced than like what the kids did during the year. So it was not a big deal.
Was it called like gate or tag or?
I think ours was like tree. They all had didn't they all have the dumbest names?
Because I did gate or tag in California. Then when we moved to Oregon, I switched over to there was gate or tag, but the other.
Yes.
And it was just the same thing. Gifted and talented and
yes, gifted and talented. But ours was called the tree program, I think, which is really weird. And also so terrible because it's it's just, okay, so only these kids get to learn.
Yeah.
Everyone else doesn't.
I know.
Horrible.
So where in Hawaii were you?
I have no idea.
Okay. What it was the culture? Was it on the main island?
It might have been. You know what? That makes sense because that's where we would have gone.
There is that cultural center I think it's run by Mormons.
Oh, fantastic.
Was it that one?
I have no idea.
I love that. You're like, what a strange Hawaiian culture.
Yeah.
This is fascinating.
It is like supposed to be pretty legit and like, but it
it was very cool.
Yeah.
You know what? It was good for like a little girl.
Exactly.
I remember I made a doll that was like supposed to be like a doll that they would have played with like hundreds of years ago. And like, it was definitely for like little, I would say like it was for me for sure. Yeah. But it was, I did not know what a Mormon was at that age.
Well, I don't think it really, like, unless you knew. But because my sister takes her kids there a lot to, like, the cultural center. And they love it. They love it. Yeah.
Okay, great.
They go camping and, like.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, but they love that. I mean, if it's the same one. But
it must be the same one. There's probably one. But also, like, any museums. We also did, like, the Pearl Harbor. And I loved like history, and so that was really fascinating.
Were you into the morbidity of Pearl Harbor too?
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I have, going back to 9/11, I have diary entries from when that happened, when I was like a very small kid, and I wrote all about 9/11, but I was trying to be like really dramatic. So they were like, today someone died from anthrax or like whatever. I was like talking about anthrax. I was super morbid as a kid.
I love that you were like, I didn't know what Mormons were, but I 100% know what anthrax is.
Yes, I knew it. I absolutely knew what anthrax was.
That's awesome. Okay, so the big part of Hawaii for you that like really opened your eyes to travel was just like I am in a completely new culture.
Yes, absolutely.
And the museum was the hook.
The museums for sure, like the history of it, and also like maybe that was one of the first times that I thought about like colonization or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Might have been like
Yeah.
an early, which I think is good, even though it was like a white family going there. But
yeah,
like
I know. Yeah, it's complicated.
it's a complicated thing. But yeah, I think it was maybe the first time where I was like, what? Like, how did we get this as a state? Like, it doesn't quite make sense.
I feel like of all the states, it's the one that feels the most like the least homogenous.
Yes, definitely. Like, this is like a country that doesn't belong to us.
Yeah, I know. I feel like there's a few places in America that kind of feel like that. New Mexico kind of feels like that to me. You know, less so than Hawaii, but yeah, where it is like, this is kind of you feel a sense of what used to be before Americans
and what was
came
taken.
in. Yeah, what was taken.
How tragic.
Yeah.
Did your parents impart to you that like going to Hawaii was a big deal? Like,
yes, absolutely. It was a big deal for us, for sure. But yeah. So, I mean, I'm glad I did it.
So did that turn you on to museums, or were you into museums already?
We were a big museum family.
Yeah. I mean, Chicago, there's lots of great museums.
Chicago has fantastic museums. So we were always doing that. That was like, we weren't really nature-y. I mean, we did a walk by like a volcano and stuff, which was really cool, but I would say we weren't like a beach family. Which is funny because we went to Hawaii and probably went to the beach once and didn't swim.
Yeah, I love that you guys are like, here's the itinerary: hotels and museums in Hawaii.
Yes.
Yeah.
No beach.
No nature.
No.
Okay, Katie.
Yes.
Tell us a story about your best trip.
I would say Iceland.
Yeah.
I had always wanted to go to Iceland since 6th grade.
Wow.
Which was like a plot line in The Princess Diaries? Do you
really?
It
she
was. She wanted to go to Iceland in the books. In the books.
Oh,
in the books.
Yes, and so
that's what
got me wanting to go. So I literally wanted to go my whole life, and so I didn't go until I was like 26 or something.
Yeah.
But it was fantastic. It was like such a cool. Another thing where I think I like going places where it does not feel like anywhere I've been before. Like it feels like almost like a different planet. Like Iceland is really, we did like, I went with my husband, we were just dating at the time, but we did like the full ring road, which is like on the outer, and it was really cool because I feel like it had like fantastic restaurants, even though you were literally in the middle of nowhere. There were like no other cars or anything, and it'd be like you and just everyone else doing the ring road. And then for some reason it was like the most delicious, like high-end restaurant on a farm that you'd eat at, which was really cool. But
was it a lot of like fermented foods? Because I know they do a lot of fermented foods there.
Yes.
And so that probably like, you just like break out the fermented whatever.
Absolutely.
When the people are here, so you don't have to like worry about, is this going to go bad?
Yeah, it was also, I had a lot of fresh fish. And it was just like a very fun, different kind of world for me.
What time of year?
We went in September, which was perfect because we got to see like the Northern Lights a bunch, and it wasn't too cold. And it was just really lovely. Got to do like everything we wanted to do.
Did you do hot springs?
Yes, we did a hot spring, and we did. I think we did do the Blue Lagoon, the one that like everyone goes to, which I think that is like just a tourist spot now. So I would go maybe to one of the more
There's like
ones.
one up in the north that's supposed to be bigger than the Blue Lagoon. That's kind of more off. I think it's like Naivaten or something like that. It's like, it looks really cool. I need to go back and like go to that one.
Have you've been?
Yeah, I've been, and
I want to go back too.
There's like,
I've had one of my favorite pizzas of my life.
I know.
I had good pizza there.
The Mikkeller?
I don't know what
in
it
Reykjavik?
was.
Was it like
no, this was far. This was
okay.
really far away, but it was like unbelievably good.
Yeah.
They have good pizza there.
And I didn't expect it, but this one had like tiny golden potatoes on it
Ooh.
that were perfectly cooked, a bed of like arugula, and then this like
white sauce
that was almost like, not like cream cheese, but like sort of like tangy in that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like I've kept ordering potato pizzas after that, and I'm like, I've just got to give up because nothing is as good as that potato pizza.
Wait, that's so funny. Mine was definitely not there. It was like some way more remote area, but it's funny that it just had like seafood on it, which doesn't even sound good, but it was so delicious.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it. Like I like food travel for sure.
Oh, well, okay. That leads us to our next question.
I want to hear more about Iceland still.
Yeah.
How does your brain?
That was it.
Do you also like animals when you travel?
I love animals.
Did you see puffins?
Yes, we saw puffins
and the
beautiful horses. Yeah. Oh my god, with the beautiful hair.
Yeah, they have really good
gorgeous.
hair there.
And there's a million sheep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you go to any? I one of my favorite things about Iceland is the public baths.
Oh, like I don't think I did that.
Okay, because they've got like in the cities, they've got the hot pools in the cities where it's just like everybody's hanging out.
Okay.
In hot pools of water, different.
I don't think I did it. No, we did. We definitely did just the hot springs.
Yeah.
One time.
And how do you and Wolf travel together? Like, was that like early in your relationship, or was there like a particular moment where you guys were like, we've arrived, like this is the best?
I don't think it had more meaning. I think for me.
Yeah. How come?
Just because I had been thinking about Iceland since 6th grade.
Yeah. And so he was just like along for the.
Yeah. So I think I kind of. But here's the thing. He's like, he's a big like mountain man. He loves nature.
That's a good mountain
so
place.
It was kind of perfect for both of us. And then we did do like a bunch of like art museums and stuff like that.
How were those?
Which
I didn't
really
go to
fun.
any museums.
Yeah. Really cool.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. We even did that. We did a folklore museum in like the fjords, and
I would love
it was
that.
great.
Yeah. Did you learn all about like the trolls and fairies?
Yes, and like witches, and it was like right up my alley. I loved it. And then we did go to the penis museum. Did you do that?
Oh, I've seen that, but I haven't.
How was it?
It was
actually just a ton of dicks.
It is. It's weird. I took a photo with a whale penis that was like way taller than I was. It's. I'll just go to any. I like
any
having
museum.
Weird experience. Weird museums are like the best.
Have you been to the Museum of Jurassic?
Yes, I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay, yeah.
Is it
we
still
have yet
open?
to go.
Oh, you gotta go.
Okay,
it's fantastic.
As far as I'm aware, it's still open.
Okay, good. That makes me happy because I was worried it was like a COVID closure, but that's a fantastic museum.
Okay.
Those kind of museums are my favorite.
Okay.
Those always strike a chord in me too, because I'm like, it's so great that somebody was so passionate about this niche interest and that they made it happen, and that there are enough people excited about that to support us. Yeah,
for that long too. Yeah, I totally agree.
Okay. Now I will allow.
Okay, Katie, what's the tastiest thing you've eaten on a trip as a very food-based traveler?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you are a food-based traveler.
I definitely am.
Okay.
So my husband Wolf and I for years and years we've done done like road trips to the oldest restaurants in every state.
Yeah.
And
have you been to the oldest, the one in Rhode Island? The oldest one in America?
Which one is that? Do you know?
Oh, I wrote an article about it.
Is it the White Horse Tavern?
No, that's in New York, right?
That's the 76 House is the New York one, which we did do. That was from the 1600s, which is insane.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Was it good?
Oh yeah, it is
delicious.
the White Horse Tavern. Yes,
yes,
it is.
We did go there. Yes,
okay,
we did.
How was it?
It was fine. I will say we drove from Connecticut through all of the East Coast cities, basically. So, but they're so close together. Yeah. They're like an hour to 2 hours away that we were eating so much on that road trip because we'd be like, oh, we have to go to the New York one. And then 30 minutes later, the New Jersey one. Like, so God. We were, which is the cranberry. And so we were doing like all of them at once. So slightly less special than if we had just eaten at one.
Yeah.
But I think that's what's hard is where you're like, looking at the itinerary and you're like, this makes sense. Of course we'll eat 3 giant meals in 3 hours.
Yes, it was
and then the reality is like, this is almost the worst way to experience food.
And we had been given a
Yes.
gift card to the New York one, and
Which was
$100. So we had to spend. I was like, we will never be back here to
Yeah.
this random
Yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah.
So we had to spend $100. That was the first stop. We had to spend $100 on food,
Oh,
and then
no.
half an hour later go to the New Jersey one, and then we did that trip was like it was just like shoveling food into
Just
our
Yeah.
became
house.
work.
It was work. It truly was. But it was like, it's fun. And I like thinking about the restaurants a lot.
So do they generally have good food?
No.
Okay, yeah,
Quite
I
the
don't think so,
opposite.
yeah.
The opposite.
Yeah, because
So
they
they
can
kind of
coast
rest
on
on
there.
their
Yes.
Yeah.
They will never close, and they have the worst food.
Yeah.
But actually, no, there are some that have truly the best food. Like a couple of them really stand out, but most of them were just garbage.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, I'm struggling because I don't eat beef or pork. So I was like, there is
Yeah.
nothing I can eat at this restaurant. I guess I will have the bread basket.
Yeah.
Like,
And they're like, oh, cool. We coated it all in duck fat.
yes,
So-
exactly. So just like really, some were real struggles, but I did enjoy. For one of my favorite places, which is surprising, was we thought it was going to be terrible. I think it was in Rhode Island. It was like this little spot that looked like an old like train car. So very few seats. It was like 10 seats. And we were like, this is going to suck. And then we got breakfast food there, and every single item was the single best, like one of its kind that I've ever eaten. Like
Really?
the best potatoes I've ever had, the best eggs I have ever had, the best pancakes I've ever had. It like blew our
What
minds.
place was this? Rhode
I'll
Island.
have to look. It was Rhode Island. It was like a little train car, oldest restaurant there. And wait, was it Rhode Island?
Well, 'cause-
or was it?
Rhode Island is the White Horse, right?
Okay, so maybe it wasn't. Let me look.
Um,
It's. Let me ask my husband.
And was there, I know you're thinking right now, but was there anything leading up to it that you feel like made it the best meal? Because I feel like best meals aren't just like the food in and of itself. It's like the circumstances surrounding the meal sometimes help elevate it. Was there anything about that day in particular that was special, or was it just truly just like knockout best meal?
I think it was just like knockout. Like I don't think we were expecting any really low expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just the fact that it was so unexpectedly like, holy shit, this is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Almost was better. Like there was nothing leading up to it. It was like the morning we just woke up from our hotel.
It
We're
was
setting
like
out.
a
Like
normal day.
yes, fully.
It wasn't the one in. I know there's a rail car diner in Brooklyn.
No,
that
definitely
was
not
so
in New
good.
York.
Okay.
I have to when he texts me back.
It's not the Pacific Dining Car restaurant in
Was it
LA?
Maine? No, it might have been Maine.
Maine.
I think it might have been Maine. It was. For some reason I had Delaware stuck in here. Here I have the list that we go off of.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
It's Maine, right?
Yeah, the Palace Diner.
Yes,
in
the
Biddeford.
Palace Diner.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone. It was not Rhode Island.
We got to the bottom of this.
It was, this is the list we go off of if anyone's curious. It's the Thrillist list, the
Oh,
oldest
okay.
restaurant in every state and DC. So Maine, that one was fantastic.
How
You don't
many of
go-
these have you been to?
We have done a bunch. Like I want to say like 20s, maybe 23,
Wow.
24.
So you're almost halfway through the list.
Yes.
What's the oldest in California?
It's a Tadish Grill in San Francisco, which was like a Croatian place. Yeah, the Maine
Oh.
Palace Diner was from 1927. Highly recommend.
Okay. Okay.
Hell yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it was
Wait,
great.
So what is the tastiest? Is that
That one for
the
sure.
breakfast there? That's
Yeah,
the
the breakfast
tastiest
there.
thing you've had on
It stands out
Yeah.
to both my husband and I as one of the best. But also, this is funny. We did we're big Gordon Ramsay fans. And I know, which is lame, but we watched like
No.
MasterChef like other people watched like Game of Thrones or something.
Yeah.
But we went to Hell's Kitchen in Las Vegas, and we genuinely had like the best time, and it was really good food. And they had good the sticky toffee pudding there, or they had sticky toffee. Yeah, I think it was pudding. Sticky toffee pudding was delicious. He uses like his mom's recipe.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He wasn't there, was he?
No,
No.
I'll never meet him.
I know. No, when they get that big,
I
like we were
know.
lucky to see Gregory at con because nowadays
Oh,
he's not.
yeah.
Chef Gregory from Top Chef. We
Yes.
watch Top Chef.
Oh, I like them all.
regularly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all,
Yeah.
any food show I like.
What? Because wait. So this sticky toffee pudding, I want to because
Yes.
every time I'm in the UK, I do a sticky toffee pudding tour. I go to new sticky toffee pudding restaurants.
You should try Gordon Ramsay's.
Gordon Ramsay's.
You really
should.
should.
Okay, I will have to because
Yeah.
yeah.
He knows he actually lives up to the hype with like his
Really?
food knowledge. I
Okay.
think genuinely.
Okay, what has been your like biggest food destination? Like, what place? What your most memorable like food destination? You put
Maybe
in your
Paris?
notes Paris.
Yeah. Okay,
Karen
good.
was trying
I'm
to
teeing
tee you
up here.
Wait, where was that? I'm so glad I
A
sent these to
4-cheese
you.
pasta?
You know what I was looking
Because I want to
at
hear
there
about
on-
this 4 cheese pasta.
Oh yeah, okay, let me set that up again. Okay, mine was my most memorable meal food destination was definitely like Paris, like they,
Yeah.
which is so cliche, but actually they do have
They do.
unbelievably good food.
Yeah.
But one of the first nights we were there, I went with my parents when I was 18, just the three of us. My brothers were not invited. And which was lovely because the three of us were like big foodies. I feel like we were the
Oh.
foodie. Actually, no, one of my brothers is also a big foodie, but
Oh, and he wasn't.
he was not invited.
Oh,
No.
Was he too young?
No, I'm the youngest.
Oh,
they were,
oh,
you
so
know,
they were in,
they were
like,
in college.
college.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were doing their own thing.
Yeah. Once kids go off to college, then families will do more rich trips.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So the
And-
youngest.
And I spoke
Yes.
French at the time. Unfortunately, I'm no longer fluent.
So were you the interpreter for
Oh, yeah,
the family?
I was, for sure.
Was that
The
fun?
interpretator?
Yeah.
I was the interpreter. I was fluent in French.
What
I'd
did it-
taken
yeah.
like 9 years of French. I don't remember anything.
Interpreter.
It completely left my brain.
Really?
I feel like, so I'm trying to get Spanish back.
I need
I actually
that.
have a degree in Spanish. And I like,
Yeah.
just like, you know, from living in not speaking Spanish for like 10 years or whatever, but I'm doing Preply now. It's actually really great.
That's good
Ad
to
for
know.
Preply.
I
Ad
feel
for
like it's
Preply.
in there. It's like in my brain, but
It'll
I
come back
can't
super fast.
access it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want that sound in the podcast, but
Yeah,
it is
can
loud.
you not?
Sorry, you're right. I'm just in my head about saying interpreter.
I also
We're keeping
have-
that in.
No, we are. We
I
are.
have misophonia or whatever, like sounds
Me
like
too.
that kill me.
I hate it. I get so
Yeah.
irritated by noises.
Mm-hmm.
Chewing, I'll be like, you gotta do that in this room? Like, I'm
Yeah.
so, except for my dog. My dog can literally like lick herself in the grossest way and I don't care.
Same.
Danny can snore, and I'm like, this is the most heavenly noise I've
I
ever
love it.
heard.
But I make any noise at night.
He's gonna push.
Yeah,
Yes.
it gets shoved off. Wait, so was it fun? Like
It was so much fun.
Being like the point head for your parents too. Like
This is so nerdy. We just did a bunch of museums. It was like such,
I mean,
it
Paris
was
has
such a
great
Marovitch.
museums.
It was a
Yeah.
fantastic Marovitch trip.
Yeah.
And yeah, the food was great because my dad
Yeah.
is super picky. I already said we're all germaphobes. Like, so for us when we travel, the restaurants have to be really nice and the hotels have to be really nice because we're not. We don't.
You're not roughing it.
No, we're not roughing it at all. I've left
Yeah.
hotels. If I saw like a single bug, I'd be like, I'm getting out of here. That's like the level of germophobia we
Yeah.
all have.
Yeah.
I think it's smart to know yourself though, because we actually asked this question of our friends, which is like in a restaurant, what's most important to you? The food, the atmosphere, or like, I don't know. There
The
are
service.
the service. Does it seem
Oh.
like the chef was excited about the food they're making, like that kind
Yeah.
of stuff? And I have a friend who's like, atmosphere is the number one important thing.
Absolutely.
Because she's like, if I can't feel comfortable in this space, I'm not enjoying any of it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think that's me. I really like atmosphere. But this particular meal was like a pasta dish that had so many types of really rich French cheeses that they had clearly like melted in, and there was still like the rind on some of them. Like it was
That is
heavenly.
Do you remember the
Heavenly.
restaurant?
That's like
I mean,
leaving the
I
price tag on
don't-
the gift
I know.
almost.
I know.
It really was.
Just so you know.
No.
Just so you know, this was a fancy cheese.
Yeah.
It was right near the Eiffel Tower.
Oh.
We could see it
Wow.
fully like from this spot.
So they
And-
could have phoned in their food.
Oh
with
yeah,
the view,
I didn't
but they
give a shit
didn't.
about the Eiffel Tower. I was
Yeah.
fully like, this is heaven. This pasta dish.
Wow.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, that does sound great. I
So-
mean, what? Yeah.
Oh, did you want to talk
I
about
mean, just
the...
cheese in France is
Yeah,
incredible.
French cheese.
French cheese.
You can't
is
beat it.
incredible.
Although I will say there was this dish called aligot
Yeah.
that I had in France that I thought was going to be a knockout for me.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in the southern France, not the south of France, but like in the mountains in this region, like Aubrac, and like they have this regional dish called aligot, which is
50% like a cheese and then 50% mashed potato.
Whoa, that sounds great.
Yeah, it sounds like a knockout. And I was so excited for this. I was like, this is going to be my favorite food ever. I just know it. And then eating it, the cheese isn't crazy flavorful.
yeah, it's
Oh,
a very
no.
plain white cheese.
So it almost tasted like eating potato bubble gum.
Horrible.
Almost, but like the gum that's been like chewed for a long time.
Oh, that's awful.
I really like this dish, but it is I seen that because I was like all excited to bring Rachel to this region I've spent a lot of time in, and I was like, this is your perfect dish because she loves mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
And part of it is like it's a dish where I don't know if you've ever experienced this, where if you have to take small bites, because if you swallow a bit of it in your mouth, it's connected between your stomach and your mouth.
Oh my God. That's dangerous.
It's like when I used to eat like tri-tip.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Wow.
like so they mash it up so much. They spend
Oh,
so much time.
God.
You like the sign of it's being done is like they put this wooden spoon and pull out, and it's just
It's like
one
all of
long,
it lifts up.
Whoa.
Yeah, and like you eat it with sausages. So I always had like
Oh.
veggie sausages with
Yeah.
it, and it with that it's great. It's like, but
Okay, I
it
could see
is
that.
like it is like an unsalted white cheese. It's like a very plain white cheese
For us, or like our short for this is like, it's like a hot chocolate milkshake, or it's like a hot
Yes.
chocolate float.
Yeah.
Where it's like, there's this place in Edinburgh that makes a hot chocolate float. So they put the most
Ice cream
delicious gelato into hot chocolate, but it's
Yeah.
stressful. It sounds incredible.
That sounds so
It
good.
is really good.
It is
BuzzFeed
good.
wrote about it eventually. Like
Oh.
said it was like
But
yeah.
it's the thing where the ice cream is melting as the hot chocolate is cooling down.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the combination is almost like makes both worse.
Yeah, for sure. That's like lobster mac and cheese.
Exactly.
Lobster mac and cheese, two things that are delicious on their own. You put them together and
I feel like
it's
a lot of
terrible.
people love lobster mac
Oh,
and
no,
cheese.
not
I've
me.
never had it. I've never
it makes
had
me
it,
want
but-
to vomit.
Really?
It's so bad. Yeah.
And that's a hot chocolate float.
Yeah, hot
Exactly.
chocolate float. Yeah.
You can't combine putting two great things together does not always work.
Yeah, I feel like the same with donut ice cream sandwiches.
Yes.
Yes.
Where it's like
Overwhelming.
Yeah, it's just like too
Too
much, and it
much.
feels like a worse version of both.
Absolutely.
And at my age, I take a bite and I'm like, my teeth hurt.
Oh yeah, fully.
Okay, so Katie, what tourist attraction lived up to the hype?
Well, for my honeymoon, my husband and I around this time were obsessed with the CrossFit games. Not that we did CrossFit, but we loved watching the Netflix documentaries about the CrossFit games. And so we kind of became like super fans of everyone who does CrossFit at like a professional level. And so for our honeymoon, we said, let's not go somewhere cool. Let's go to Madison, Wisconsin and watch the CrossFit games, like the big ones, the international ones that happen there. And so it's definitely like fish out of water because everyone else was like walking around
Yeah.
as like a CrossFit player, like someone who actually does it to get
Yeah.
exercise. And then it was us two.
I just love you two little academics with
Yes.
your hands on the window looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was everybody like, what are you doing here?
Oh, for sure. We were the only people who came like not in exercise clothes. And yeah, it was
Wait.
wild. We had to like bring in our own food because they only had healthy food. They had like acai bowls and like
Yeah.
and we were like, no, not
Nope.
on our honeymoon. So I remember one of my favorite images is I had purchased a chocolate tart, like a chocolate and caramel tart from a bakery. And we just sat on the floor, like on the ground outside with where the games were happening and just ate it with our hands. And then we also did that with McDonald's. We were like, we have to get some food and
Wait,
You were
so-
really baiting them.
yeah, I'm sure we were making people
Yeah,
jealous,
yeah.
like for
Yeah.
sure, because none of those people were eating what we were eating.
Oh yeah,
They're
no,
like
they were not.
looking over while they're like lifting up a tire, and they're just like, "Damn,
What-
that looks good."
Yeah.
So wait, what
Yes.
are the CrossFit games? I know CrossFit as like
It's just those, but to like an extreme level. So
Okay.
I noticed like every single, there'd be like they'd have to do all these steps to like for each event. And every single step in the event was something I could never physically do. It'd be like, you'll do like 50 upside down push-ups, like on your hands, push-ups up in the air.
yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
like-
feet are like
Yes.
a push-up headstand.
Yes,
or
like
Yeah.
a,
handstand.
yeah, exactly. Like that's like step one, and then you have to run this way, and then you have to blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I couldn't do the first step.
I know. I couldn't.
Wild.
Yeah, I couldn't even get into position for the
No.
first step.
Did
Absolutely
it make you
not.
feel inspired to
Not
like?
at all. Not
Because
no.
you're like, this is so far out of reach for me that I'm
I
just here
view
to
them as
appreciate.
like superheroes. Like it's not something that I could ever do or try to do, but. We were so excited by it. We were like screaming, taking photos, like, "Oh my God, there's whatever."
Oh, you knew
We know
like,
their
some of the
names.
athletes.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
we
great.
knew like we were super fans. Like we knew all the people performing.
Who pitched this for as your honeymoon?
I think it was both of us. Little,
just kinda
little
like-
did we know, COVID was a couple months
Yeah.
away, and would maybe have gone. Like I still love that we did that, and we had to do it then, obviously. But I think maybe we could have also done like a nice vacation that was, like Paris or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like, but I don't regret it.
I do love the image of it though, because that to me feels so much like you decide what's fun. Like,
Oh yeah,
because you guys could have gone
Yeah.
on the classic honeymoon, but instead you chose the honeymoon that was perfect
Yes.
for you guys and what you loved at
Absolutely.
the time. And like even picturing you guys eating your unhealthy snacks as all these athletes are around you, I'm picturing like hobbits being so thrilled they're living their life amongst elves.
Yes, honestly, that's a very good analogy. Yeah, that was what it was. We were happy. We loved it.
I love that.
I know. Okay, so so this sounds like it might go right into this. What has been your biggest fish out of water
Yeah,
moment?
that was definitely
Yeah.
one of the biggest fish out of water.
Okay.
But also, I felt uncomfortable in Tombstone, Arizona. Have you been? It
No.
just seemed. It was like
No.
It sounds spooky.
it was like gun heavy, and it was one of those places where I was like,
Yeah.
oh. This might be dangerous. Like we got to get out of here.
Yeah, so this
This is a popular
this is a
theme
popular
on this
theme
podcast.
on this podcast of like feeling the most out of place in kind of like a red area.
Oh,
in
for
America-
sure.
in
In, like-
America,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And it's like in rural
In hyper
America
red.
specifically.
Yeah, rural. Yeah.
Yes, where you sort of there are when you go to places like this, they immediately say, "Are you from California?" They know
Yeah.
they can look at you and they know you're from California.
Yeah.
And then often it is followed with like, "I hate California." Like, why would you ever want to live in
Yeah.
they do
Yeah.
not like our culture.
People also hear crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I was in Kansas City with my mom for like a race, and I mentioned I was visiting from LA, and a woman working at like a Thai food place or something was just like saying the craziest things about California that just like weren't true. She's like, you guys are taxed like 80% or
Oh,
whatever.
yes.
And like just things that are like so off base that it really is jarring to be like, oh, I understand why we're so different in a
Yes.
way.
Yeah.
And you believe without researching. like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
oh, you just bought that?
It's complete word of mouth.
Yes,
Yeah.
fully.
But I've heard psychologically that is like a more powerful way. Like we're more likely to believe word of mouth than something we read.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And also it just takes my mom just told me a story that she was like, this happened to my friend's cousin. And then I was like, no, that did not, because that's actually a viral thing on TikTok right now that your friend took the story of, clearly.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And so my mom was like, no, she wasn't lying. And I had to like find the whatever video it was and send it to her. And she was like, oh, she like completely lied. So it's like people do that. and
That's
then
crazy.
Like lying about being at
fully
9/11.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
People are big liars.
Yeah.
You should just never don't believe your friends if it sounds like a crazy thing. Boomers don't believe your friends.
But it is like jarring too, like being in your own country and feeling so out of place. And I don't know if it's perpetuated also just by like certain horror movies or like stuff in the media sort of about like rural people being inherently like creepy or whatever, but like which probably doesn't help.
Right, totally. We're consuming media saying they're bad, and they're consuming media that says we're bad.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Because like I went I went to like middle of nowhere Georgia like a few years ago for work, and it was like a bunch of us Californian like Hollywood types working on a project, and we stopped at like a gas station, which the gas stations are also like supermarkets. Like they have, like, yeah, and everybody was kind of giving us this dirty eye, and then the lady ringing us up, she was like, you all from California? I wish I would love to I wish I could get out there sometime.
Aww.
And we were like, oh really? What, like what makes you want to go out there? And she was like, look at me, I'm the only one with blue hair here.
Oh, she was like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, like I want to like go where I can be myself, and like,
I hope she got to go.
I know, I hope so too. But yeah, but it is like, yeah, I definitely, there are spots where I'm like, oh, I enjoy meeting, like getting out there and getting really out there in the rural and like meeting people so different from me. But I also am like, I'm a straight white man, and like, like there's like a built-in.
There are less fears to go through your mind than like,
But also when I was living in New York City, I kind of like, I went, just like everybody there was so afraid of camping and like all this stuff. And I felt it when I came back out west and like went camping for the first time. I was like, somebody's going to break into my tent and axe murder me.
Honestly, that's why I don't go camping.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's actually scary to me as well.
But Katie, what trip stretched you the most as a person?
Oh, in 8th grade, we went to Canada, like the French program.
Oh, the French part.
Yes. Yeah. And we went to the
Montreal
and Quebec. And I think it was like a big comedy trip for me. It was like the first time where I was like, oh, wait, am I funny? I was like really performing. We had to drive around a lot on a bus. And I ended up being so like loud when people were supposed to be sleeping that I got like put at the front with the teachers.
Well, was it the most badass you had felt in your life?
Absolutely.
Kind of?
Absolutely. And so I just remember like really making people laugh and being like, I love this.
You had your own Just for Laughs.
I really did.
Yeah,
yes, I had
Montreal.
my own Just for Laughs.
How old were you?
I must have been 13.
Okay, that's very special for a 13-year-old girl.
Yes.
Specifically to get to experience.
Absolutely.
I looked through my yearbook recently from high school, and everybody in it kept saying I was so random.
Oh.
And I was like, I think that's what they called funny girls then.
I think so too.
Boys were funny and girls were so random.
Yep, so random.
Yeah.
But for me, I was like,
I'm fucking funny.
I was like, wow, I'm really funny. Like, I was like, I'm making all these people. Also, there was a boy who would make fun of me in middle school. He was a little piece of shit. I can't find him online, but I'm desperate to. But he was someone that I like broke. Like, I made him laugh really hard, and it kind of changed things.
Really?
Because he stopped like being such a little fucker.
Well, you can't bully somebody who's funny.
Exactly.
You wield a lot of power as a funny kid.
Absolutely. And so that kind of like ended his
reign of terror.
Yeah, his reign of terror.
When you were sitting up front with the teachers, were you making them laugh?
Nope. I was quiet. I was completely quiet.
Okay.
So you didn't go full Joker.
Nope. Not at all. I was a very
Still respected authority.
I was worried they would tell my parents, and I was sitting there politely. But no, and then we had like some weird awards ceremony after the Canada trip in like a community center where there was like food and awards were given. I don't know what this was about, but I remember I stood, like I got whatever award I got, and everyone like cheered and like said chanted my name, and I was like, I'm in, baby. Like, this is
God.
everything.
Got a hit of the drug. And
Yes, I got a hit, and I was
Oh
like,
my
this is
God.
what I'm doing. But it was big for me because I was such a nerd, and I had like braces and glasses, and like it was I think it was like a turning point where I was like, I have power, and I can just be myself. And yeah,
That's actually
Yeah.
like a beautiful lesson to learn so early on too, which is just like, if I double down on myself and my point of view, I will be rewarded for it, which is like so the opposite of a lot of people's
yes,
like high school experience.
absolutely. I was like, the more I am myself, the funnier it is, and the less I get picked on.
That is so awesome.
I feel like so many comedians start that way. It would start like with it like being bullied and like as a
Yes.
defense mechanism to bullying.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you have to be funny or you'll just get eaten alive by
Yeah.
middle schoolers.
Yeah.
That's why bullies never get funny.
Yeah,
No.
bullies are not funny
No.
at all.
They don't have
No.
any incentive to get
No.
funny. It's not an escape from anything.
I'll say
Yeah.
there's comedians in quotes who are, you can tell, were bullies and are still kind of bullies, and they are simply not funny.
And the only people that like them are other bullies.
Yes,
now.
it's like a whole group of comedians,
and
and
I-
I'm like, you're not going anywhere.
I know. Yeah.
No one likes you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Garrett, do you want to ask this one?
No, I asked the last one.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I think so.
If Katie, if you could step into any moment from your travels anytime you wished, which quintessential perfect moment would you pick?
Yes, I have a very good memory of being in Colorado as maybe a 5-year-old,
Whoa.
very young, and my family had won a trip to stay for like, I don't know, 5 nights or something at this resort. So it was a big deal for us. It was a
Yeah.
cabin. We got like a cabin all to ourselves, and we had spent the day like in the snow. There was like a cool area where you could go tubing and then attach your tube basically to like this elevator on the snow that like brought us up, and then so it was like just the most fun, and I loved it. And then that night I remember we all like got ready for bed, and then my mom had like surprised us with s'mores. Like we turned the fireplace on, and the 3 of us, my brothers and I, like made s'mores, and I've loved s'mores ever since. They're like,
Wow.
yeah, I had them at my wedding. I was like, that was the dessert.
Aw.
That's such a camping dessert. So how do you do it nowadays? Like,
my
don't-
family
if you
will
don't
do it at like when we barbecue.
oh yeah.
I'll do
That
it.
is awesome.
I do it pretty
Yeah.
much. I do eat
love that.
s'mores like a lot. I have a hair on my face. Yeah, my family. I eat s'mores a lot. I'm
Yeah.
known for s'mores. People will like my friends will send me like s'mores
Kids.
kits, and like like if anything happens, they'll be like, I sent you something in the mail. It's s'mores. Like always there.
Have you
Do you-
ever done it over like an oven burner or anything?
Yes, for sure. And microwave ones are good. Like
Oh, you just
you could just put
construct
'em-
it and pop it in the
pop
microwave?
into microwave.
Whoa.
Like it just doesn't matter. I don't care how
Yeah.
I eat it. I just love it.
Do you ever do any of the like? Because the last time I went camping, somebody brought marshmallows that were full of chocolate.
Yes,
in the
I
middle.
have, and I've done it with Reese's. I've
Yeah.
tried them all. I just
Okay,
like I
okay,
love
I'm
a
sure, yeah.
I love a classic.
Yeah.
It's a classic. It's got a lot of textures and flavors happening. It's salty, sweet, gooey, crumbly.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It is. It is like one of my. Yeah, I
It's
do love a
so good.
s'mores.
I
Yeah.
also think too, there's something to be tired from playing in the snow where you get a little
Yeah.
cold, but then you're inside.
Yes.
Your
Yeah.
body's almost like tingling with that like exertion, and it's all
Yes.
warm inside, and like so then the
And you're in your
s'mores are really gonna-
PJs.
It's
Yeah.
comfy.
It's so nice.
Oh, there's something to like, cabins in particular.
Yeah.
Just
Yes.
being like a very
With the
like
snow.
safe haven.
I
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah.
Do you
That's
remember
great.
where in Colorado?
I have no idea. I was
Yeah, you
so
were 5.
little. Yeah, I just remember my we were very excited to win the trip.
Cool.
I don't even know how we won the trip, but
I feel like that's part of it too. If I get anything for free, it's better.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like it was like a
Glamorous.
it was like it was like a very nice cabin. It wasn't like a crappy one.
Well, then
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
wouldn't have gone. Or
No,
would've
we
turned
wouldn't
right
Yeah, I
have.
know you would have walked in
We
and turned
would've.
right around. Okay, is there a local custom you've observed while traveling that you've implemented or wish you'd implemented into your daily life?
Not really. I don't think I have like a local custom. I can't really think of a local custom, but I do have a tradition I do every time I'm on a
Right.
trip, no matter
Right.
how small the trip.
Okay.
Even like a day trip, I'll do this, which is to get ice cream every time I'm on a
It's
trip.
important.
I have to.
Wow. So if you're on a longer trip, do you get it
Every
often?
day.
Every
Like,
day?
l-
Yeah.
Honestly, like maybe not every day, but like maybe every other day.
Where did this come from?
My family.
Okay.
My
And it was
dad was a big ice cream head. And so at any trip I was on with my dad, we'd have to go get ice cream.
Yeah.
It would become like a thing. Or if he came to LA to visit, he'd be like, Yogurtland? Like every day we'd have to have something.
So
Yeah.
it's like quality doesn't matter. We just got to get it.
We just got to get it. Yeah, I think so.
And are you switching up your flavors? Are you like a consistent like cookies and cream girl?
I switch up my orders, but I think my favorite is mint chip. Like if it's
Oh,
there, that's what I'll do.
That's
probably.
Rachel's.
Mint chip for me. My ice cream sundae I think is my favorite dessert.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And my perfect sundae is
that.
mint chip and cookies and cream.
Oh my
with hot fudge.
God.
Yeah.
That sounds
whipped cream.
so good.
It's the best.
I
Are we all
love
getting
that.
Sundays after this?
I know.
I got
I
ice cream
wish.
yesterday and the day before.
Where?
Wanderlust both times.
Oh, yeah.
Both
Nice.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wanderlust is great.
Yeah, we're big Wanderlust fans. We've
Yeah.
become big Handles heads.
I haven't been there yet.
Yeah, we're
is that?
enjoying it. There is
Across the street from the homestay in Los
on-
Feliz.
Oh,
on
yes.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
it's just like
oh
a-
wait, I have been there. I've been
Yeah,
there
yeah, yeah.
3 times. I got a
Yeah?
chocolate. I got a chocolate milkshake.
Uh-huh.
I think every
Ooh.
single time. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I love that.
Chocolate malt
Yeah,
milkshake.
yeah.
Oh yeah, those are great. Yeah, it's not like mind blowing.
No, but it's perfect. You walk up, it's got a little.
It's no fuss.
I love that. I really like that. No fuss. It feels like not fancy because LA has such fancy things.
Yes.
I feel like especially in its ice cream scene, because like I like Salt and Straw a decent amount. I'm kind of going in and out with them.
Yeah,
and like
Yeah.
Wanderlust is like more elevated, but
Definitely.
it is sometimes. I think Fossilman's honestly is my favorite in LA,
Ooh.
which is out in Pasadena, but they'll just make like they're like a creamery kind of vibe.
Oh, I love that.
So let's make like a
Yeah.
very nice old school sundae, and that to me is the best.
Yeah, that sounds
Rachel's a
great.
big old school creamery. Like every time we're in the Bay Area, we have to. Well, we try to get to Fenton's.
In Oakland, if you're ever
Ooh.
up there, the best.
Oh man.
Huge sundaes.
Ah.
And every time
That
we're in
sounds great.
Modesto, there's an ice cream sundae place.
Oh,
that we
so
go
you
to.
have the same thing that
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
We are kindred spirits. I
I'm
love that you said you have the same thing that
You've
I
never
have.
Yeah.
seen the same
As if it's
condition. Terrible condition.
Yeah. I'm a big peanut butter.
I love peanut butter as
Peanut
well.
butter ice cream
I
is
like
my
everything.
thing. Yeah,
Everything.
Yeah.
All
But
of this.
that's why I'm really enjoying Handles right now because they have
Oh,
3
yes.
different peanut butter flavors.
They have so many flavors.
Yeah. And like I just love peanut butter.
Maybe
ice
I'll go to
cream.
Handles.
I
later
know.
Today.
After this
Yeah, it's
little
not a bad
treat.
idea. Have you
I
been
ate
following
so much ice cream.
Artoon on
No.
Do you know Artoon?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he got the he waited in line for when the Handles in Burbank opened. And
I
he
didn't
was
know
one
there
of
was
the-
one in Burbank.
There is one now, and he got a card that gives him free ice cream for a year.
Oh my God.
So he's been going once a week because it only applies to once a week, and
That's
he's been going
crazy.
once a week. And
That is my dream
Yeah.
present.
yeah, check out his Instagram right now.
I have to. I follow
yeah,
him. That's
yeah.
crazy. I haven't seen this yet.
It's
Yeah.
so fun.
It's very fun.
Just
Wow.
shows you can travel even within a menu.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's the lesson for
Yes.
today.
And that's the lesson. Okay. Wait, what was the best ice cream stop
yeah.
you've had?
Okay, it was in Iceland and it was a grocery store, like a convenience store gas station that had I don't remember the exact flavor, but it was covered in they like dipped it in this incredible like European chocolate and it hardened, but it was not like what we have here.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like Baskin Robbins or something. It was like such a delicious ice cream. Also, oh, you know what? It was mint chip. It was mint chip dipped in this chocolate.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I have a photo of it.
I think that's the thing of like in other countries, convenience stores are actually
know.
like top tier, high quality food.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're
And
the
that
best.
really blows
Yeah.
my mind.
Yeah, you can fully eat dinner like in a convenience
Yeah.
store.
Yeah.
and it'd be
Yeah.
a good dinner.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Okay.
Okay.
We have a lightning round for you.
Oh, perfect.
Yes. So this is just either or questions.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Beach or mountains?
Mountains.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Hot or cold?
Cold.
City or country?
City.
Yeah.
Beer or wine?
Neither.
Cool.
Beer. I'd go beer.
Or tea?
Tea. I'd go tea. Yeah.
History or modern?
History.
Clubs or cafes?
Cafes.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Fancy or casual?
Ooh, I like both. I'll
Okay.
go fancy. I'll
Yeah,
go fancy
yeah.
for a trip. Yeah.
Fast or slow?
Fast.
Oh.
Dogs or cats or cows or monkeys?
Cows.
Oh.
Whoa!
Wow, that just changed everything.
Whoa.
Yeah, you're now going to India. No.
cracked this.
Crack this
Yeah.
puzzle?
ever picked cows.
Really?
No.
No, Reka absolutely chose
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Reka loves cows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
All right.
also love cows.
All right, we're going to take a quick break.
Perfect.
And when we return, we will have 2 dream trips for you.
Ooh.
Okay?
Okay, good.
All right, we'll be right back. Hi, it's me again, just promoting myself. I'm still doing the Fora travel advisor thing. So if you want to book a trip to Japan, somewhere in Europe, I know a lot about Scotland. I know some good ryokans in Japan. Go to Fora Travel, FORA/advisor/Garrett-Palm, 2 R's, 2 T's. And if you want to read my travel writing, go to garrettpalm.substack.com. All right, that's it for me. Bye. And we're back.
We're back.
We're back. Okay. Katie, are you ready for my dream trip pitch to you?
Yes.
Okay, great. I am sending you for 2 weeks to Scandinavia.
Wow.
Have you ever thought of going there?
Yeah. I would
Okay.
love to go.
Okay, great. So we're gonna start you off in Copenhagen, which is obviously a huge foodie city.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have you go to you're gonna stay in really nice hotels throughout this because I know that's very important to you.
Good.
There is a hotel in Copenhagen. I need to find my slide for it, or maybe I never will again. It's in an old. Well, there's this Is this in Oslo or Copenhagen? There's
I want to look at your computer.
There's Hotel
Ooh.
Axel, which kind of has this like fun
Oh, I
kind of
love.
like. It's an eco-friendly boutique located in the hip Vestibro. I love to choose places where I struggle with the wording. Area. So it kind of has like a Balinese vibe, which is very fun. Or there are kind of like more quirky, architecturally like art
Yes.
interesting hotels you can stay at. Or you can stay on this one on the water, the CPH Living. There's one that's like in an old cruise building.
Whoa,
That's
that
been
sounds weird, but
renovated.
cool.
Yeah, what I'm finding about Copenhagen in general are there a lot of like quirky, interesting things you can do.
I love
So
that. I love quirky spots.
That was the vibe I was getting. So you
Absolutely.
can go to a time traveler's grave.
Oh
which they
my
have.
God. I want to do that.
Yeah, you can go to the Nozothek Nose Collection. I know you've been to a penis museum, so perhaps you would enjoy going to a nose museum.
I would.
Of all of these like art nose kind of sculptures. It looks really interesting. There's also the oldest restaurant in Copenhagen I'm going to have you go to. It's the Tolbod Bodega, which was opened in 1787, which is kind of weird to
Wow.
think that the oldest Copenhagen restaurant is newer.
That's
than the
later.
oldest
That's
US.
later than I was expecting.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts. But you're going to go there.
I'm going to go for sure.
Also in Copenhagen are sidewalk trampolines. They just have
Weird.
trampolines like out, and the sidewalk that you can bounce on.
Okay, I love that.
This is just like you're gonna be walking somewhere and see these and be like, I'll give it a couple.
I'll
jumps.
give it. Yeah,
I
I'll
don't-
jump. I'll jump a few times.
Yes.
I've spent time in Copenhagen. I didn't see these.
Wow.
I'll just say this real quick.
Fighting.
You're gonna check them
Yeah.
out. You'll also go to
I spent 3 months.
You'll also go to Christiania, which is a free city within Copenhagen. So it's like one of the largest communes.
Woo! I love
in the
that.
world. Yeah, there's like a lot of art there, a lot of kids running around. It's kind of like its own whole subculture within Copenhagen.
That sounds awesome.
It's Christiana.
You've
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
awesome. It's really cool.
Wait, that sounds great. Will you send me these?
Yes, I will send you all of
I
these.
want to do these.
As far as the kind of like food you're eating, it has a ton of Michelin star restaurants that I'll send you to, but it also has these like a lot of fresh seafood and a lot
Perfect.
of food halls. So I'm
Love a food hall.
yeah, me too. I love a lot of options and to get little things from everywhere.
Yeah, me too.
So
That's like
you'll-
a big Chicago thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have a bunch of food halls now.
Oh, that's cool. I love food halls.
I
too.
love them.
Yeah,
I seek
Portland's
them
getting
out.
a bunch.
Yeah, Portland
Yeah.
too. I feel like it's a city. You know, LA needs this.
I know.
Yeah,
There's-
we have Grand Central Market.
That's
but
true.
It's like okay.
And then there's some in like Orange County or some in San Gabriel Valley that I've
Yeah, and
been- there's-
Anaheim.
and Anaheim, yeah. And there's one in that I've been meaning to go to. I want to say in the valley, like maybe Reseda-ish or
Oh.
something like that.
I
Not
gotta look
Reseda
this
yet,
up.
but yeah, there's one in the valley where I need to hit up.
While you're in Copenhagen, I'm also going to have you do kind of like a statue hunt. So they have a lot of cool statues. For example, they have Troll de Vegler Christian blood, the troll which sniffs out Christian blood.
Oh,
Whoa. A very cool statue. They also
That's fun.
have Tessirin, otherwise known as the Pier,
Oh my God.
which is like the artist, a statue of the artist peeing on the building and marking his territory.
yeah, that's fun.
Which I think is really fun. So you'll see they also have a mermaid sculpture, Death and the Mother. So I'll have you kind of go on like a little statue hunt, which I think would be a really fun way of experiencing the city. So after a couple days in Copenhagen, let me go back to my notes. Oh, there's also the Cisterns, which is an underground art gallery that they kind of converted their like underwater or underground cisterns hold water underground.
Oh.
And they converted those into an art gallery,
cool.
which I think is really cool.
That's awesome.
Okay, cool. And you'll also check out the Danish Architecture Museum.
Cool.
So after that, you'll go to see more of like scenic Sweden. So you'll
Okay.
be seeing more of the country. You might pass through Gothenburg along Sweden's west coast, which has a rich cultural heritage and maritime history. You'll be shown around by a local expert. And then you'll get to try the local cuisine, which I didn't look up, but I'm assuming it's really good.
Yeah.
Really painting a picture here for you. And then you'll get to Stockholm, seeing a lot of like the nice farmland along the shores of Lake Vattern. And then you'll make a pit stop at the family-run Granaberget Cafe, where you'll meet Matthias, the owner, and try a traditional Swedish fika experience, which is the ultimate coffee break.
Oh,
So it's kind of like a coffee situation with fresh baked pastries sourced from local farms, supporting the cafe, which is a traditional 18th century Swedish house.
ooh.
Then we'll get to the Swedish capital, where you'll wander around an old medieval town of Gamla Stan, again with a local expert, kind of giving you a sense of the place you're in. And you'll go to the Blue Hall, which hosts the Nobel Prize banquets. Yeah, so when you get the Nobel Prize, there's a big banquet. You aren't getting the prize, but you'll
Yes.
get to experience
I'll
the
see
space.
it.
Like, you're not that funny on the bus that you
Right.
win a Nobel Prize.
No, for sure.
Totally. But you'll also check out the Golden Hall, which is covered in 18 million gilded mosaic tiles. So it seems like it's just like very spectacular. Then you'll go on to Oslo, again, staying at like very nice, glamorous hotels. There's a Viking ship museum. You'll
Oh,
go.
yeah. I've heard of that.
Yeah, you'll check that out along with the Nobel Peace Center. There's also a Paradox Museum where you can do interactive exhibits that play with perception and illusion. And you can eat Oslo street food, which has a ton of international cuisine. Let's see. You'll walk around the Brigham Hissaic Wharf, which is a UNESCO heritage site, and you can visit the fish market where you'll get a lot of fresh seafood. What else we got for you? Maritime Museum, a lot of maritime vibes. I want you to do one dinner at the IKEA restaurant.
Yes. I would love that.
Yes.
Yeah, you like have to get it from the source and see how
Absolutely.
it compares.
I'm sure it's better.
Yeah, I'm sure. But you'll also get to go to like some more authentic Scandinavian restaurants where you get to do the smorgasbord and try pickled herring, Danish pastries, and Swedish meatballs. And honestly, that's it. It's going to be...
That's a lot.
It is a lot. It's going to be Copenhagen, Swedish countryside, Oslo, and Stockholm.
Perfect.
So that's kind of like my
that feels
dream trip
doable.
for you. Yeah.
That's great.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
As I said during the break,
Right.
I kind of gave away a little bit of what I'm planning for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to send you to Japan.
I love it.
But specifically, like, I'm not going to keep you just in this region, but the majority of your time will be in Hokkaido, in the very north.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have you start off in Kyoto because you have to do Kyoto. It's beautiful. Yeah. There's all these temples all over. And there's just like, it's just a beautiful city in the mountains. You'll hit up all the temples. You'll also, while you're there, go to the oldest restaurant in Japan.
I bet it's really old.
Try 1465.
Wow.
Okay, that's not quite as good as 1720.
That's crazy. I would love to do that.
It's a soba noodle shop.
Oh, good.
And so it's been around for quite a while.
Truly.
Yeah, so but that's the main reason you're going to Kyoto. You'll of course you'll hit all the temples,
right.
all the places to see. But then you'll take the train up to Tokyo, because you have to spend a night or two in Tokyo. It's
Absolutely
such a big, sprawling city. It's so clean. It's so beautiful. There's so much life, and it has some of the best pizza in the world.
Wow.
It has some of the top ranked pizzerias in the world are in Tokyo. And I'll send you to how much pizza can you
all the pizza. I'm down to eat every pizza.
Okay, so then I'll have you stay like 3 days there, and each day you'll go to a different pizzeria.
Love it.
You'll also eat like lots of other good food while you're there. You
Good.
know, you'll of course have an egg salad sandwich from Family Mart or Lawson's or 7-Eleven, whichever. You'll have more noodles. You'll have ramen. But I'll send you to Pizza Studio Tamaki, one of the top places. It's where Rachel and I went last time. The one that's like one of the top in the world right now is the Pizza Bar on 38th. It's in a giant hotel. And I'll also send you to maybe Savoy or Pizza Marumo. I'll let you decide. But they... one of the things they do is they do something to the crust that makes it a little chewier.
Ooh.
So it's a Neapolitan style pizza with like a chewy mochi-ish crust.
Yeah. I love a Neapolitan.
Yeah. It's incredible. It truly is incredible pizza. And all the while you're staying at just like, really nice, casual, but like really nice hotels.
Perfect.
You get to Hokkaido. The main star of Hokkaido is ice cream. Hokkaido is famous for its dairy.
Yeah, we just got a Hokkaido style Japanese ice cream here in LA.
Yeah.
From where?
Indigo Cow.
Indigo Cow. They ship their milk from Hokkaido.
Oh my God.
To make the ice cream here.
This down.
And so you're going to do a tour of Hokkaido. This is going to be in the fall, by the way.
Perfect.
So it's going to be leaves turning. It's going to be chilly, crisp vibe, crisp air, and you'll do a tour. So this is takes place in like 2 weeks. You'll fly in, and you'll start off. Did you find
great.
Indigo
I was
Cow?
looking at that. Sorry.
Yeah. No. That's good. That's good. You'll start off at this place Kinotoya Bake, which does 3 things: baked cheese tarts, freshly baked custard apple pies, and soft serve ice cream. And they do all 3 really well. You'll eat that while walking through Udori Park, a long green strip through Sapporo, the main town, with fountain sculptures and trees changing colors.
Ah, gorgeous.
Next day, I'll send you to the Subterranean Sewer Science Museum.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, we're sending you to underground places. An underground public works museum showcasing the hidden systems that keep Sapporo running.
Yeah.
Kind of fascinating, very niche. Send you to the beer museum just to kind of see, because Sapporo, you know.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It's in a red brick Meiji era brewery, vintage posters. You can, have some tastings, up to you. The Hokkaido Museum of Modern Art. Very small, but there are a lot of post-war Japanese artists and local Hokkaido artists. And send you to that day Milk Mura. It's a bar cafe serving soft serve, so you kind of like sit and you can get shots of liqueur like cassis, plum, or rum on the soft serve if you want that. But it's a very like fun kind of quirky place. Then you'll take the train. You'll go to Otaru, a town about an hour outside with a like old architecture and canals. You'll go to a music box museum, and you'll walk along the canal where there's ice cream vendors using Hokkaido's dairy. All right, can you do every day?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
You're like, I am an athlete.
Yeah.
Just of a different sort.
Yes.
Yeah.
Truly.
So you'll be walking along the canals. And
I do ice cream every day now.
I know. They have flavors like squid ink.
Oh,
so you can
I
taste.
don't know if I'd be into that.
Okay. They also have like lavender because they have big lavender fields.
Yeah, I like lavender.
And she's back.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
Maybe
you lost me briefly.
Maybe Wolf tries the squid ink, and so you taste it.
Okay, I would
and
try
are
it.
surprised by it. Yeah.
I'd take one little bite.
Okay. Okay. And that's just like a day trip, so you'll head back to Sapporo. Then you'll go to an onsen town. You'll stay at a ryokan, kind of an old Japanese style hotel with private onsen, like a hot pool. You can like rent out a hot pool that's kind of like outside, very nice. Everywhere, the maple trees, the birch trees, they're all changing color. It's just like this explosion of color everywhere. You'll go to the here. Hold on. Let me look. Let me get a picture of this. You'll walk along the Josen Kei Futami suspension bridge.
Oh wow, that's beautiful.
Kind of this beautiful suspension bridge between 2 cliffs over a river with you can see all the leaves changing color there. And at this ryokan, they'll often do kind of like a kaiseki meal. So it's like courses of like different foods. And because you're in Hokkaido, they include ice cream. I'm going to put you at a ryokan with a fire pit.
For some more.
Exactly. You got it.
Will they even make marshmallows? No, I'm sure they will.
Yes, I'm sure.
And I'm sure they'd be incredible.
Yeah.
Like, so
and there's
much
also
fun.
like some big famous chocolatiers in Hokkaido. Like there's some really good chocolate options for your s'more.
Great.
Then I'm gonna send you to Asahikawa to go to the Kawamura Kanedo Ainu Memorial Museum. The Ainu are the original people of the indigenous people of Hokkaido.
Wow.
So you'll kind of experience their culture
that'd be interesting.
there. Yeah. And then around there, I'll send you to the Snow Museum. Just like lots of snowflake exhibits and ice art. Okay. Near there also is a sake brewery museum. Do you like sake?
Yes.
Because one of the things they make there is sake ice cream.
Oh.
So you'll get to try some sake ice cream.
Yeah, I would try that.
Yeah. And then you'll go to I'm going to send you to a cheese factory.
Fun.
That's important.
Yes,
It's
this
a lot
is
of
important.
food.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm focusing on the food here, but this cheese factory also does ice cream.
Okay, got it.
So don't worry.
Okay, good.
Don't worry. And they do they do like camembert and pumpkin flavors and grape
I like
juice
pumpkin.
flavors.
Ooh, grape juice.
Yeah. And yeah, that's then you'll there's a lot of ice cream, a lot of walking around
Yeah.
in the cold.
For sure.
I'll fly you out of the main airport there, which also people say at the airport, you don't miss the soft serve ice cream.
Wow.
Milk soft cream at New Chitose Airport.
Okay.
Never miss it.
Good to know.
And then when you get home, you probably won't have ice cream for a little bit.
Yeah, I think I'll be ice
I
cream.
think you'll be ice creamed out for a little bit. But yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Fall colors and ice cream.
I love
Okay,
that.
And the
versus
oldest.
Scandinavian quirky shit.
Quirk.
I got some
Quirk.
museums too.
That's true.
Yeah.
So now
Okay.
I pick one?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can talk
And
us
you can
through it.
talk talk through.
I want to do both of them.
Great.
I love them both. Is that an option?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
Because when we get funding, we will only have funding to send you on one trip.
Okay. I mean, they both do sound perfect and fun and like it, it checks all the boxes, both of them. I think I'm going to have to go with Scandinavia. Just because I like weird little spots and I feel like you've done an exceptional job of finding them. The Nose Museum, that's right up my alley.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I'll be able to find ice cream.
I
And
looked it
pizza.
up and they do have ice cream there.
There's no way they did it.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that I chose it because
Yeah.
cows are in the region.
Oh, yeah,
so
for
presumably
sure.
their
Yeah.
dairy is really good.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I imagine. And my favorite ice cream, one of my favorite was in Iceland. So I feel,
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like
the
that
Vikings make good ice cream.
Yeah.
they do. They really do. But I imagine it's, I just imagine it's like, it would be, those are areas, I love the movies from Norway. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
I've always wanted to
Bergman.
like go and like see
Yeah.
the streets there and stuff. So yeah, I think that would be, but Japan also like, that's a must.
I
have
do
to go.
want to shout out, Garrett, I don't know if you saw this. There's a Sapporo Snow Festival that I was
Yeah.
looking
That
up.
looks awesome.
I know.
It's
I've
kind
always
of
wanted to go to that, but
looks nuts.
That's crazy that that's snow.
yeah.
Look at that kid go.
Wow.
I know. I should have bumped it because I was looking all for
Saw a
the
minion
season
earlier.
changing
That's awesome. That's so cool.
fall. But yeah, the snow festival is a pretty incredible
This
sight.
minion isn't going to be any cooler, but
Wow, look at these snow minions.
Wow.
You gotta look that up.
ignore
Yeah,
how
look up the snow
disgusting
minions.
my computer.
What happened to your computer? I was
Okay.
wondering that.
Yeah.
So this is good for the podcast.
Yes.
I had it in a like Timbuktu computer bag that's like
Oh,
all
okay.
insulated on the inside.
Yeah.
And I had my water bottle wasn't closed all the way.
No.
And my laptop just basically sat in a water bath for like 6 hours as we drove up to my mom's house.
Horrible.
And so
How is it still working? You're lucky it's
I
I'm
know.
working
really
at all.
lucky it's
She
still
had
working.
just bought it too.
I
Pretty
think-
much, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think like water essentially got in between the screen and the like water was trapped, so it's just like slowly evaporating
Yeah.
over the years.
Awful. This was
Yeah.
years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, and to
Aw.
me now it looks normal,
Yeah.
you know, because I'm just used to it. But most of the time when people see my screen, they're like, "Jesus fucking Christ!"
Wild.
All right. Well, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you so much.
This was super
Thank
helpful.
you.
I can't
yeah,
wait.
good.
Can't
Okay.
wait. Yeah,
Can't wait to do these. Both
Yes.
these trips.
Great.
report back.
And
I
yeah,
will.
report back. We Reka did her trip,
Where was her trip?
Vietnam.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
That's
you know,
awesome.
she went to Vietnam and she did parts of what we pitched her.
Okay.
And we had her back on for a trip report.
That's cool.
And she did it before we got the funding, so she paid for
She
her
paid
own
for it.
way.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, good.
yeah,
I was going to
yeah.
ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Totally. So, you know, if that's an incentive for you to drop $10,000 on the skin.
Yeah,
I know,
no
skin it,
problem.
yeah.
I know it's so much money. It's the most expensive. but-
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you
All
for
right.
having
Thank you
me.
so
Thank you for
much.
joining. Bye. And that was Katie Marovitch. I'm pretty used to losing now, so I'm okay.
Oh, I thought Hokkaido was a great pitch, though.
Thank
the
you.
snow festival looked really cool.
Yeah. Which was not what I pitched.
I know, but I was
And it
looking
was
at
a
it
different
while
season
I was
from
looking
what
at
I
it while
pitched.
you were talking, and because the thing I was thinking about is like, oh, Hokkaido, why I would want to avoid going in there in the winter,
No.
and then I was like, wait, that is the time to go.
Yeah, I really want to go in the winter sometime. But I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it'd also be cool in the fall when all the trees are changing.
Yeah.
But enough about the
But
losing one.
you just couldn't compare with the statue of a troll who craves Christian blood.
I know. I never do. This you bring this up all the time. You're no statue of a troll who craves Christian blood.
I
aren't you?
know.
All right.
As a reminder, check out Katie's fundraiser
Yes.
at Dynasty Typewriter, whether you want to watch it online or in person.
And also as a reminder, we love getting reviews. We love getting likes. And we love getting new subscribers. So tell your
And
friends.
we like comments.
We like comments.
Give us compliments or just say hi.
Yeah, say hi. Shoot us an email. And I'll post the email. I think it's Agents of Travel Podcast or something at gmail.com. Something like that. I'll post it. I'll put it in there. But yeah, it's, we love, I think on Spotify, you can comment on individual episodes now.
Oh, that's cool.
I know. I think it's kind of
prove
fun.
to us that it's a thing.
Yeah, prove to us it's a thing, because I don't believe it. I just see that you can do it. I don't believe it. All right. We've got a couple more episodes, 1 or 2 more episodes, depending on the last person, coming your way for the rest of the season, and then we'll take a break. All right.
See you
Safe
next time.
travels.